Hey guys, what's up? Uh, I just wanted to offer a piece of advice, you know, because I do that now. You should dim it. That's much better. So, to make things very clear for everyone who gets to watch this could be a piece of advice for those who wish to be in relationships, those who want to get out of relationships. There's a lot of content out there that are telling you why you should go into a relationship, why you should stay out of a relationship, but they never actually address what it means to be, or what it means to be eligible for a relationship. Hear me out. Everyone works differently. Some people are so okay with being alone that you could ignore them for the entire year and they would be so comfortable with that option. Others would be devastated. It's like you don't talk to them for an hour and they're so frustrated, because they always want to be in contact with people. So a person like that in a relationship is going to be completely different as compared to a person who is completely okay with being in the dark and being alone and not having anyone who cares for them. So you're looking at two versions of the story. And sometimes each and every single side can long for the other side. A person who is okay with being alone starts consuming content that makes him think that he's eligible for a relationship, puts the idea into his head, gets him into his feelings. Now that doesn't end well, does it? Huh. About a moment ago, there were cars moving in and out. Now there are no cars. What a world. Anyway, as I was saying, sometimes we get the wrong info and we think we're okay with relationships, and then we fuck up. So what do you do with that new information? What do you do with the fact that you are not able to perform well in a relationship? Okay, this was supposed to be really simple. All I'm trying to tell you is that rather than just spending your time consuming all of this content, which is telling you don't be in a relationship or being in a relationship, ask yourself which side is comfortable for you. Ask yourself, do I want to be in a relationship, rather than going after 10 steps that make you successful in a relationship. Because it could be that your heart's not into it. You don't like it. You're just doing it to fit in. But that's not gonna work. Do you know why? Because you don't fucking want it. Your heart's not into the damn game. Or some people think that they're gonna get really cool if they're in solitude. Gets them thinking about their future and shit like that. You might be a chaotic thinker, when there's no one in the room. That's when you think about more bad stuff than you do good stuff. In any case, you being by yourself is the last point of options that you're supposed to go for. All I'm trying to say is that before you decide to drown in the sea of options of will you, won't you, try and ask yourself, what works for you? Are you the kind of person that wants a relationship? Are you fiending for someone? Is it your desire to land the baddest bitch in the area? Or is it just so that you can fit in? Or another question: do you try to isolate yourself from people who genuinely care about you? Or isolate yourself from being in a relationship? Because I can tell you, there is no way of getting satisfaction till you know what you want. Unless, of course, you want to play the random game. And trust me, the random game can get tiresome. Just get all the wrong things before you get the right things. And it's amazing because it always manages to go after the things that you never thought about. Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. Anyways, that's just food for thought. And you also have to be understanding of the fact that majority of us may not be the kind that are okay with solitude. Sometimes we never had the opportunity to share our experiences with anyone, so we thought that was the norm. We thought that it was okay to be alone, so we decided to absorb it, and it has kept us going. At a certain point in time, there will be things that you cannot accomplish by yourself. Don't say that you suck, or don't say that you're stupid. Admit the fact that your loneliness or your solitude has its limits. And in order for you to progress, you are going to have to get the help of others. I'm not saying jump into a relationship the moment you realize you can't do things by yourself. But try not to think of yourself as a singular person on this planet. There are people who love and care about you, and it is the greatest feeling to be acknowledged when times like these come around. Because there is nothing that they wouldn't do for you. So why not appreciate them and all that they intend to do for you, you know? That is pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Sometimes it's hard to find a good person out there who's willing to look out for you or to give you what's best for you rather than what they see as benefit. I haven't lived on this world long enough to know the secret code to love, or if there is any secret code. But I can tell you this: being the person who appreciates the help that he gets is one of the most purest ways to forge long-lasting relationships with people that you actually like. So don't be skimpy on the thank yous, alright? What else am I forgetting? I have not been the greatest at expressing myself and being honest about my feelings, because I believe every time that I had these feelings, whether it was of love, whether it was of lust, I was always in the wrong moments. I was always in a position where the people that I liked didn't like me back, or the person who these feelings were towards had already made up their minds about me. And so even before I get to shoot my shot, I get rejected. It teaches you a lot of things. It's a good thing that you shot your shot instead of thinking in your mind, oh my God, if I asked her out, maybe she would have said yes, rather than doing that. It's better if you just do it. Find out where you stand in a person's heart and know where you get to move from there. Sometimes we convince ourselves that people will eventually like us. So we play the waiting game. We're like, okay, they don't like me now, but I bet as time goes on and I wear her down, I am gonna win her heart. You are. But it's not gonna be permanent. You might think wearing down the girl is like how the best way to win the war. But if the variables are the same, it took you that long to win that bitch. Whilst it was taking the fuckboys and everyone else who just looked her way about 5 seconds. So you really think this statistic is going to change because you got married? No. You wore her down and you won the cup, but you're not gonna stay the champion forever. Someone else is gonna catch her eye, and she'd actually be tired out. You know, the sense of fighting back is no longer there, right? So she's like, okay, you can come in too. I don't mean that in the dirty way, but if she is giving up on trying to push you away and now you're too close for her to give a fuck, she can probably cheat on you with the same ideology in mind, which means that there's not a lot to think about and there's not a lot to do. Just tolerate. Because the ones who wear their girls down, chances are they're gonna see their spouses cheat on them in the future. Because it took so long to convince that bitch. And now that they have, they can't keep it forever. You did all the work, and I applaud you. But as you've done all the work, none of the commitment's gonna come from her side. It's gonna come from you. Give her the best things. Always compliment her. Always do the things she wants. Always be there for her. And that's why girls have their safe guys record list. The dudes that they can depend on to not hurt their feelings, to always be there for them, to always care for them. That's what you are. A safe guy. Because they know no matter how many times they fucking screw up, you're always gonna be a constant. And that's why they keep track records of all of them. Every single one of them. You might consider it as annoying, but they want to feel safe. And the only way they can feel safe is if they have a list of people that they can depend on. Already, I've seen myself on that list too many times. Too many. I'm sick of it. Besides, it's not like I'm there for them anymore. It hurts knowing that they are willing to throw your values into the wind because you said you would always be there for them. Now we're going to add limitations, borderlines. Cross this path and you signed yourself off to death. Not physical death, but social death. I do not wish to hang around with a person who takes my values lightly. And in these situations, they can always say that, you're so full of yourself, It's like, okay. I agree. I'm full of myself. I'm full of it. I'm crazy. It's exactly what I am. But you know what? At least in my insanity, I'm doing my own thing and not wasting my emotions on someone who thinks I am just a safety cushion. I can do whatever the fuck I want, and you can't do anything about it. Because remember, we're not in a relationship. It's sad, really. There are a lot of guys out there that chase after relationships, left, right, center, trying to find a girl. And when they do find a girl, they want to show that they are loyal, that they have the right pieces, a good boyfriend, the best husband. And yet, after all that, they still get their feelings hurt. I'm not saying that you should boycott being in a relationship, but the value goes both ways. If they want a boyfriend, they have to be a girlfriend, and not just the one that sits on her throne and expects you to give offerings of love and affection every fucking day. No, one that commits to working out their relationship, not the manipulative type that will sit upon her throne and pull the strings like a fucking puppeteer. Wait, is puppeteer the name of puppet master? Wait, yeah, like a fucking puppet master. You want peace? Understand that you're going to need it. Because you're not serving a queen. You're serving a tick, parasite that's feeding off you. Saddest part is that they don't even choose you in the long run. Whether it's the money that you have that fills them up, or it's the closure and affection that you provide that is limitless. They have options now, and you are making them more confident to go fuck up more than they ever had. Because as much as they pull back that freaking and catapult and launch themselves into 1,000 bad relationships, they know they can count on you to break their fall, to be there where they're hurt, to be the dependable cuckold that you are. So, if that's what you want, have fun. I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye.